Hello guys, welcome to Prep Class Tutors. My name is Mr. Chima and I'll be your Prep Class Tutor on Biology. Now, looking at your screen, you are going to be seeing WAEC Biology 2019. So this tells us that we will be solving past questions on biology for the year 2019. In our previous videos, we've solved past questions on this same biology on this same year from questions number 1 to 25. So today, I will be engaging you on questions 26 to 30. But before we proceed, with this section, please, students, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. In short, as you are watching this video, just pause the video and hit the subscribe button. Like our videos. When you are done watching the video, we urge you to drop 1 or 2 questions on our comment section box. Do not forget to share this video because there may be 1 or 2 people who will find this video much more engaging and also be interested in this aspect. You don't know if their problem is biology. They may be your friends, they may be your relatives. So that's why we urge you to share this video as much as possible. So without wasting your time, let us go to the business of today. So we'll be starting with question number 26, and it says, the digestion of proteins starts in the small intestine, stomach, large intestine, or mouth. Where does the digestion of protein start from? Is it the small intestine? Is it the stomach? Is it the large intestine? Or is it in our mouth? And look at what I said here. Digestion of proteinous food like meat, milk, and egg starts in the stomach. The stomach produces 2 important enzymes, pepsin and renin, which initiates this process. Now, you must know that digestion of carbohydrates starts from the mouth, but digestion of protein starts from the stomach. The stomach produces 2 enzymes, pepsin and renin. They act on proteinous food alone. Renin causes the coagulation of milk, breaking it down from what? Soluble carcinogen to what? Casein. After renin has acted on milk, pepsin will now act on it again to convert the protein in them into what? Polypeptides or proteases. Then the aspect of food that is not a dairy product, that is not from milk, meat, let's say meat, egg, fish, okay, that one cannot be digested by pepsin alone, and pepsin will break down the carbohydrates in the protein, rather the pepsin will now break down the proteins in them into proteases or into polypeptides. So renin and pepsin are the 2 enzymes found in the stomach, and they act only on protein rather, and they act only on protein, telling us that digestion of protein begins in the stomach. So the answer is stomach. Okay. Question number 27. Tooth decay is usually caused by is it by undigested and absorbed food? Is it by eating limited amount of sweetened food? No, that one should even prevent tooth decay. Is it by the bacteria in the mouth that metabolize sugar to acids? Is it by eating a lot of proteinous food? Let us see. I say that after eating food, some food particles stay in the corners of the teeth. These are then acted upon by bacteria in the mouth, which break them down, or which break down these food particles into acids. So it is these acids that now cause tooth hole or tooth decay. That is why dentitians always tell us that we should try as much as possible to brush our teeth twice in a day, and that is much more important for us to brush our teeth before going to bed, because if you do so by brushing your teeth before going to bed, it is going to remove the debris of food that are still in the corners of the mouth. So it will limit the amount of what particles that the bacteria will what ferment and convert to what acids. If you don't brush twice a day, make sure that you brush at least once a day. Make sure that you use a good fluoride toothpaste that is good enough to reduce the amount of this bacteria in your mouth, because they will always be there, and also to wash away these food particles in order to prevent production of acids that will now cause tooth decay. So the answer is the bacteria in the mouth metabolize sugar to acids. So the answer is what? C. Question number 28. The conversion of ammonium salts into nitrates is called ammonium salt into nitrate is called. Now, instead of diving straight and telling us or telling you guys the answer, I think it's necessary for us to know these four definitions or these four things given here. From there, we can get not only that we can get our answer, we will also have or will also be provided with what information, or should I say, will also be knowledgeable on what these four things here are, so that maybe in subsequent question, maybe in your WAEC or any other question, when you see it, it will not be what new, or when you see define denitrification or define fixation, it will not be a new thing. Putrefaction. Putrefaction means decay. So in a nutshell, it's the breakdown of complex substances like carbohydrate and proteins by microbes, that's microorganisms like bacteria and fungi, into simple substances like carbon dioxide, water, ammonia, and urea. So these carbohydrates are usually broken down into carbon dioxide and water, while the proteins are broken down into ammonia and urea. Fats too is also broken down into carbon dioxide and water. So the process whereby microorganisms like bacteria and fungi acts on complex food substances, maybe in the tissues of living organisms or in their waste product, and break them down into simple forms like carbon dioxide, ammonia, and urea. That process is known as putrefaction or decay. Denitrification. Denitrification is a process by which microbes, that's microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, convert nitrates in the soil into atmospheric nitrogen. So they send back that nitrogen that's in the soil, they take it back to the atmosphere. So that process whereby nitrogen in the soil is converted back to atmospheric nitrogen is known as what? Denitrification. Nitrogen fixation or fixation. Fixation is nitrogen fixation. Okay, in short, denitrification is the opposite of fixation, not nitrification. Denitrification is the opposite of nitrogen fixation. So fixation or nitrogen fixation, known as nitrogen fixation, yes, is the process by which bacteria fixes, I omitted an S here, fixes atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. So the process by which bacteria now drawing atmospheric nitrogen into the soil is known as what? Nitrogen fixation. Nitrification. Nitrification is the process by which bacteria convert ammonia into nitrites, then nitrites into nitrates. Nitrates. This I here should be A. Sorry for that type. Okay. Okay. I'm good. Nitrification is the process by which bacteria convert ammonia into nitrites and nitrites into nitrates. Okay, I'm good. So that's what nitrification is. Process by which bacteria converts ammonia into nitrites and nitrites into nitrates. There are two common bacteria in this regard. We have Nitrosomonas, 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 and Nitrobacter, Nitrobacter. Now, Nitrosomonas converts ammonia to nitrites, while nitrobacter converts nitrites to nitrate. So the process by which ammonium salts convert to nitrates is known as what? Nitrification. So the correct answer there is nitrification. Question number 29. The salinity of brackish habitats. A. Increases immediately after rainfall. Increases at the end of the rainy season. Decreases with an increase in number of organisms. Increases during the dry season. Increases during the dry season. So there are two words here, salinity, brackish. Let us see. Salinity. Salinity means salt concentration. So now, salinity can either be high or low. High salinity, high salt concentration. Low salinity, low salt concentration. So now there are three types of water bodies or aquatic habitats, and these three types of aquatic habitats vary in salinity. We have the freshwater habitats, e.g. rivers, streams, and lakes. They have low or no salt in them at all. We have the marine or salt water. Ocean and seas are the marine habitats. Ocean, seas, they make up the what? Marine habitats. They have high salt concentration in them. You must have heard they tell you, do not drink bad beach water. Why? Bad beach water is seawater. It has high salt concentration in them. If you drink it, it's going to raise the level of what? Salt in your blood, and it can lead to what? High blood pressure and kill the person. So there's what we call estuaries or estuarine habitats. So these estuaries or estuarine habitats have a kind of water we call brackish water. Brackish water is a water that has what we call fluctuation in salinity. In a certain period, the amount of salt in them will be high, almost as high as that in the sea. And in a certain period, the amount of salt in them will be low, almost as low as that in rivers. Sometimes some living organism migrates during this period. There are some organisms that migrate from the sea to estuaries. Example of estuaries is a lagoon. They migrate from the sea to lagoons during that period whereby the salt concentration in lagoon is high because it's now almost the same thing with the sea. But when the salt concentration drops, they will go back to the sea because they can only survive in high salt concentration. So they vary in salt concentration. During the rainy season, because of heavy downpour, the salt concentration is usually low. Whereas during the dry season or during the hot season, there's what we call high salt concentration because now there's low amount of water level or there's low water level, therefore the salt concentration will go up. So that kind of water is called estuaries or brackish water, fluctuations in salinity depending on high rainfall or low rainfall. So the salinity of the brackish water increases during dry season. That's the answer. Because during the dry season or during hot season, the salt concentration will go up. So the answer is increases during the dry season. Question number 30, and obviously the last for today. If 90 ants are found in a field with a total area of 100 square meters, what is the population density of the ants? A is 0.09, B is 0.90, C is 0.9, okay, C is 9.00, and D is 90.00. So they ask us to find the population density. What's the formula? Formula says that population density equals population size all over area of habitats. So the population size is the number of the organisms. Then the area of the habitat is now how big the habitat is. So population density now equals population size over what? Area of what? Habitat. So now have population density equals 90, which is the number of ants, all over area of habitat, which is 100 square meters. So we have population density to be equals to what? 90 divided by 100, that's 0.9. As simple as that. So our answer is now what? 0.9, or you can say 0.90. All right, students, we've come to the end of today's section on biology with prep class, where we looked at past questions on the year 2019. We solved questions 26 to 30. So if you look here, you are going to see a link. We urge you to copy and paste this link on your dashboard. If you do so, it is going to link you straight to our group, to link you to our group, our WhatsApp group, to link you to our WhatsApp group. So when you join us on our WhatsApp group, you'll be getting updates and infos on the latest video we have, which you'll find very much interested in watching. So till we meet again, I still remain Mr. Chima, your prep class tutor on biology. Bye and stay safe.